step in pretty quick and pick things up, having not been with you all summer.
That's not a concern at all. Like I said, a veteran guy. He's been there, done that. Missing a day or two of camp isn't a big deal for him. Ray out-coached him in New York, so we had some good discussions already with him to get him up to speed, terminology-wise, and pick up fine, no problem.
Did he say something about maybe the change of this program to where it's now a place a veteran would choose to go as opposed to developing young guys, as it's been in the past?
I think he sees what we're trying to do. We had a good talk with him a few days ago, but to your point, he had options to go to different places, and we were looking for what he brings, and we told him that yesterday, myself and Rafael. Appreciate you trusting in us and wanting to come.
Coach, 3 days into training camp, you mentioned it a couple of times that you want to see Jalen become more of an all-around player. Have you seen that through these first 3 days?
Yeah, he's trying to do the right thing. It's like I said, habits are not going to happen overnight, but the scoring mentality he has, you talk about his ability to get to where he wants on the court. So now it's making the right reads. So when you've got three guys, you've done your job, get off the ball, and then buy in on the defensive end. So we're constantly harping on that, and him as well as the rest of the group, little by little, they're all good.
Is one of those habits consistency? Because one of the things with Jalen, he showcased flashes to be like a ball handler or facilitator, but it always would come in waves. Is that one of those challenges that, when you talk about breaking bad habits?
Yeah, that's mainly it. Do the things you do great and improve on your weaknesses. So it's not just Jalen, but the rest of the guys as well. So, like I said, we're kind of going backwards with all the stuff we're doing. We'll scale it back in the next few days and leading into our games. But him, I'll be different young guys all have to learn some things that we're trying to do and improve in certain areas, and they're all getting better already in 2 days.
You've talked about wanting to make Jalen more well-rounded and kind of using him maybe more off-ball as a cutter, as a slasher. How do you balance putting the ball in his hands and letting him have those reps as a playmaker, but also having him get those off-ball reps as well?
I think you look at the people we brought in. Obviously, Fred is great at doing his job and getting guys the ball. Now he can initiate some. And then we want multiple handlers, guys to rebound and go. And we have guys like Jabari getting out, Tari and all those guys as well, and so Dylan as well. And so he's not going to have the ball in his hands as much as he has in previous years, but there are ways to utilize his skill set, and as well as keep him aggressive when he does have the ball. And so, like I said, it's kind of equal opportunity offensively, but trying to find where he can pick his spots as well.
And how's he kind of responding to that change so far?
It's been good. It's different for him, but to have a guy that can set him up and get him easy shots the way Fred has so far, I think he sees that as a benefit.
He said the term little things like 5 times the other day, and I'm just guessing that might have come from you. What are those little things that he can add to his game or do better that you'd like to see? And do you even consider them little things?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just having a scoring mentality every time. It's all the other things that help you win games. So being in the right place defensively, making the right play offensively, rebounding, defending, so all those things add up. And so we know he can score the basketball. Like I said, we want to improve him in the other areas while keeping him efficient, making him more efficient as far as the score.
Kind of looking forward to the preseason game coming up. I know normally the rotation is kind of all over the place the first few preseason games, but with the new players and new coaching staff, you plan on having more of a regular rotation, kind of mirroring what you're going to have during the regular season?
We're still deciding. We've looked at quite a bit of different lineups here in our scrimmages, and we want to see who can play well together. And so, depending on what we want to do in that game alone, we may start a certain lineup and then go to a certain lineup in the second half, as well as finish a game. So, undecided right now. We'll tinker with a lot of different lineups and different looks, but we're getting a good idea of these first few days of who plays well together.
You talk about the little things that Jalen has to get better at, especially in the offensive end. How much of that is the kind of the homework, doing the film before stepping onto the court versus the actual reps of getting the practice in on the actual basketball court?
Yeah, it's all around. It's a little bit of everything. I think he's improved as far as the student of the game, and he's asking for film. He wants to sit down and watch a lot. So he watches all his minutes and watches the practices and scrimmages and all that. Then the work ethic part on the court is. And I think this summer he took a big step as far as professionalism, being with USA Basketball, being around some of the high-level players he worked out with down in California. So he's taken a step as far as that in his approach, and that'll carry on this season.
Thank you. It felt like a family decision. It was something comfortable with me. I heard great things on the direction that the organization is going, the great young core that they have, adding vets around to be able to do the little details and help them grow as an organization. So I just felt like it's a home decision.
In terms of a role that you can play here, is there something that makes this the right fit for you and you for them?
Just the spacing that I have to be able to shoot the 3 ball, being able to be coachable, doing the little details, anything to win games, and bringing it on the defensive end. Going in on defense, I love defense, so that's what we're trying to build here. Glad to be a part of it.
It's only one day in, but what's your first impression of coaching Udoka and kind of compared to maybe some other coaches that you played for?
I mean, he's a great coach. I mean, he wanted the best out of his guys. I mean, he's very big on detail, getting the players into his sets. And he just wanted players to play free and play together. And, I felt like that's what I seen today. We had some great plays. We was playing a little scrimmage, so it was good to see.
This, for 3 years, was a team that was playing young guys and tried to keep a kind of clear path for them. And is this a team that now you obviously signed with that maybe you would have thought twice about in the past? Has the way it's changed led to your decision?
Yeah, the way for sure. Definitely the way that it changed led to my decision to come here. From seeing them last year, it was just a bunch of young guys that was out there. But this year, adding the best with Fred, Jeff, Dylan coming in, and myself, just being able to bring us together to be able to grow with the young core. It's a lot different from last year already.
So all 3 Texas teams in like a 5-month period, are you a Texan now? Does that make it automatic?
Yeah, I'm a Texan now for sure. It's definitely one thing me and my agent talked about, being a player to play for 3 Texas teams in less than 4 months or something like that. So it's good though. I'm home. My family's a great family decision for me. Not too far from home, so it's always good.
It wasn't less than 4 months, but you and Boban share that because y'all played for all 3.
Oh yeah. Boban is nobody cool. But Boban, I've been following him. We talked about it yesterday, so just me following him in his career, different teams that he's been on. I got traded to him, so and seeing him here, he's always been a great friend of mine within this league, so it's good to be here.
And of course, you played against the Rockets the last few years, especially like Jabari and Jalen and Albert. What did you see kind of from afar as being on the opposing team?
Well, obviously, all 3 of them got great skill sets. Jalen, the way that he can create off the dribble, his athletic ability, his transition threes that he shoots. With Jabari, on the free throw line, shooting corner threes, athletic rebounding, and then Albert up under the basket, he got great touch around the rim, he can offensive rebound. So, those little things that I've seen over the years of seeing them. So, it's good to be here and being able to grow with them.
How's it going? How you doing? Obviously, a lot of changes around you. How do you feel you are in terms of sort of developing the chemistry, finding your niche, your job with this group?
I feel good. It's day 3 of training camp. It's day 3 of us all playing together, working together, basically getting on the same page and just restarting from scratch. But I mean, I feel good. I feel like we're in a good position. We got a lot of vets that's gonna help us out a lot. Help the young guys, put us in position to understand the game and just build our mentality. So, and the coaching staff too. I mean, I feel good. I think we're in a good spot.
Playing with those vets, particularly Fred in the backcourt, does it unlock things for you? What might it open up for you?
It's gonna open up a lot of driving lanes. It's gonna open up a lot of open shots, things like that. Just because he's on so much attention as a point guard, he can shoot, he can to the rim. Everything. Once I just have to read off him. So yeah.
Ime's talked about how your role is likely going to change this year. Probably won't have the ball in your hands as much, playing you more off ball, that kind of thing. How comfortable do you feel with that, and how does it feel so far through a few days?
I don't mind it at all. I mean, whatever it takes to win. I mean, at the same time, I was off ball my rookie year, on ball my second year. Going back to all ball. I understand how to play that. It was all part of a learning lesson these first 2 years. So, yeah, whatever I gotta do to win, I'm willing to do it.
Jalen, you spent time with Team USA over the summer. Yeah. How much did that kind of lay the foundation into you preparing for your 3rd season?
It laid a big foundation. I mean, even though it's a select team, it's still a big part of coming into the season. I played with USA all coming up through high school, so it was good to be back in that environment. But, it was good to be at USA just to get constructiveness from them coaches, just how they play and what they do, winning basketball over there.
How different does this camp feel from your rookie year and then from last year?
I mean, the energy, obviously you got a whole new staff, whole new team basically. The energy is very different. But, I mean, either way, we still came out here competing. So from year 2, year 1, year 2 to year 3, it was still competitive regardless.
And having players like Fred and Dylan who are great on the defensive end, does that kind of just brings a defensive intensity for the entire team?
Yeah, for sure. That's a big energy booster. You see somebody playing hard, you're going to turn up and play hard. So I think that's a big jump for us, a big thing for us for that starting 5 defensively. Because offensively, we're going to be able to do what we want to compete with others. But defense is where we really need to lock in and focus.
You've probably heard the line that the third year is when players, especially very good players, become whatever it is they're going to be.
Yeah, I've heard it a lot.
How do you feel about that? And then what will that be?
I feel good. I'm ready to take the challenge. I'm ready to make that jump. I'm ready to learn as much as I can with this new coaching staff, new team, and just build, be better than we was last year. Not better than we was last year, just win in general. So, yeah.
What does a third-year jump look like for you in your eyes, for yourself?
Winning.
So that's really, you're ready to just say, like, I just want to be judged on the standings and the numbers there. Is that because of what you've gone through the last few years? Or how much of that is because of what you've gone through the last 2 years?
All of it. I mean, winning is very important in the NBA, and I haven't done any of that. So, it's time to make a change.
Well, I mean, does one have to come from the other? In other words, does this team need you to get a bunch of shots, score a lot, and that's what leads to winning? Or, hey, if you give up all that or some of that and win, that's cool too?
I think Ime said that I need to be an all-around player. And I agree with him on that. I do need to be an all-around player. I feel like scoring has been something I could do and I've shown doing in the NBA. So just playing defense, getting my guys open, communicating, leadership. I feel like once all that happens, scoring is going to be easy.
Your passion for winning this season, how much of that comes from the conversation that you've had throughout the summer, being with Kevin Durant, and of course throughout training camp, being with Fred, being with Dylan Brooks, guys who have experienced success in this league?
Not so much during summer, but talking to Fred, he was just saying, we're going to turn it around. Hopefully change the narrative of the Houston Rockets. I mean, I think everybody got the same goal coming here, being part of the Rockets. You asked the question, like, my record has said it all for 3 years. So, I mean, a team that's doing a real rebuild that's going to sit there and do a rebuild for 4, 5, 6 years. It's not going to make a change. I think everybody on the same page.
Seems like there's a heavy focus on defense, especially early on here. You're talking about Ime wants to be a more well-rounded player. How do you feel like you're picking up kind of some of the concepts that he's putting out there defensively?
I'm picking up a lot. We didn't really switch as much last year, the first 2 years. So we're doing a lot of reds, being a lot of ISOs, getting out in the biggest regard, the different things. So I feel like I'm picking up on it pretty good.
What's the number one thing you feel like you have to work on defensively to get to where you want to be?
Being proactive, being in the spot so I could, help my teammates and then adjust the limitations when needed. Just being there early.
Thank you.